Right. So today we're diving deep, and I mean deep, into the Conklin Davis Center for the Visually Impaired, CDCVI. I'll just say CDCVI from now on.
Makes sense, yeah.
One of the things that always blows me away is when an organization figures out how to empower people, but they don't just give them the tools and that's it. They really think about it.
Totally.
And CDCVI, they're doing just that. So we're really going to go through their website today
Okay.
and break down their program structure. How do they actually give people the skills to not just, survive, but thrive, right?
And it's important to remember that it's not just about the hard skills. It's also about, that sense of I can do this, like independence, dignity.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when you're navigating a world that honestly isn't always set up for someone with a visual impairment.
That's such a good point. And that's where I think their daily living skills program is so interesting.
Yeah, tell me more about that.
Yeah. It's like they get that mastering those little things. I mean, we take them for granted, right? But getting dressed, making a meal.
It's huge, right? Just being able to handle those everyday things on your own.
Exactly.
That builds this foundation of I can do this.
It changes everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not just about being at home,
Right, exactly.
It's that confidence to get out there, and CDCVI's orientation and mobility program.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a really interesting one.
It's more than just here's a cane.
Right. Oh, way more. They teach you how to work with a sighted guide, so you're good in any environment.
Okay.
But get this. They actually teach the students how to teach any sighted person to guide them correctly.
Whoa, that's next level. So it's they're not just teaching adaptation, it's like they're giving you the tools to educate others on how to support you best.
That's empowerment.
Yeah.
And that's really at the heart of everything they do, empowering people. Even with public transportation, it's not just here's how you ride the bus. It's we're giving you the skills, the confidence to move through your community however you need to.
Yeah, and when you think about it, something as simple as I can hop on the bus, that opens up so many possibilities.
It really does.
It's huge. But then you think about the social side, right? Adapting to vision loss, it can be isolating, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. That's why they have PS.
BL.
It stands for People Adjusting to Limited Sight. It's a support group, so you don't feel so alone. You connect with others going through the same thing.
That sense of community is so powerful. And it seems like CDCVI gets that, their residential program.
Did that stand out to you too?
It wasn't just a place to stay. It felt like a real community,
Yes. And it's they get that balance between the training, the practical stuff, and then just living life.
Yeah.
You have these amazing outdoor spaces and the residents plan activities. And get this, they even have a Peloton bike in the dorm.
A Peloton. That's amazing. They're serious about this whole well-being thing.
Totally.
It's they understand that growth. It happens everywhere, not just in a classroom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're creating an environment where people feel supported, connected, and they start to believe, hey, I can do this.
And that leads to, I think, one of the most important parts, which is finding fulfilling work, a career.
Absolutely.
And CDCVI, their vocational training, it's really impressive.
It is.
85% success rate in placing their clients.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, at first I was 85%? Come on, is that real? What are they doing? That's so different.
No, there's not a magic bullet. It's more they've got this multifaceted approach.
Okay, break it down for me. What does that even mean?
So they assess, really figure out each person's strengths, interests, what are their goals.
Got it.
And then it's personalized support every step of the way. So whatever you need, they're there.
Okay.
And the training itself, it's top notch.
Yeah.
Assistive technology, building a resume, interview skills, even understanding disability benefits, work legislation.
Wow, so it's not just, here's a job, good luck. It's equipping people for the whole journey.
Exactly.
But it sounds like they go even further than that, right?
Yeah, it's not just about traditional job placement. They've got these really cool programs.
Oh, like what?
To bridge that gap between, okay, you've got the training, but how do you actually do the work?
Right.
So their job simulation program is a great example.
Naval Petroelectronics, right?
And it's the one. It's a partnership. The students, they get to work in an actual workplace, putting together audio components, which is really cool, and they're earning a wage while they learn.
Okay, so it's real-world experience. I mean, it's one thing to hear about a job, but to actually do it,
Totally.
that's where the real learning happens.
And it builds confidence. I can do this. And a lot of the students, they end up getting hired by Metra after.
Wow, that's amazing. It shows how well their approach works. So they're combining that personal support with these partnerships. It's really smart.
It really is. And it's not just for adults either.
Oh, right, the STEPS program.
CDCVI gets that. Starting young is important.
Yeah, STEPS S, that's for kids 6 to 13, right? Supplemental Technology and Experiential Program for Success.
You got it. So they're giving these kids the tools and support early on so they can,
So they can thrive.
exactly.
Yeah.
And STEPS is really cool because it's not just one thing, it's 5 key areas.
Okay, hit me with it.
So assessment, figuring out each child's needs. Then you've got socialization, which is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Then assistive technology, opening up all these possibilities, and vocational training.
Wow, they're starting early.
Yeah, planting those seeds. And of course, emotional support, because that matters too.
Absolutely. It's like they get that it has to be holistic.
Totally.
It's not just, oh, you have a visual impairment, here's how to adapt. It's about living your best life.
100%.
Did you see anything about field trips on their website?
Oh yeah, they do some cool stuff. Disney World,
No way.
horseback riding, even dolphin encounters.
That's amazing. It shows those kids that, yeah, you might have to do things a little differently, but you can still experience it all.
Right, and they get to practice those skills,
Yeah.
social stuff, the navigating, but in a fun way.
I love that. It seems like they really go above and beyond to create that supportive environment. But what happens after graduation, from the programs? Are they just on their own?
Not at all. That's where their supported living program comes in.
Oh, okay. So they're not just cut loose after graduation. Tell me about that.
So it's designed to help graduates, stay independent, keep living in their communities.
That's huge. But what kind of support are we actually talking about?
It really depends on the person, what their needs are, what they want to achieve.
Right.
For some, it might be help with like the day-to-day, groceries, cooking, things like that.
Yeah.
Others might need help with, I don't know, finances,
Mm-hmm.
doctor's appointments, navigating those systems.
It's that individual approach again.
Yeah, because independence, it's going to look different for everyone, right?
For sure.
And by providing that support, CDCVI, they're not just teaching skills, they're making sure people can use those skills.
To build a life they want.
Exactly.
This whole deep dive, it's really got me thinking.
Me too.
It's like we talk about challenges, but CDCVI, they're going beyond that.
It's about the whole person.
Yes. It's about empowerment, real empowerment.
And it makes you wonder, what else could we be doing? What if we took this approach, not just for like one specific thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know, for everything.
That's a powerful thought. Like, imagine a world where everyone had that kind of support, that belief that they could achieve anything.
I love that.
It's about creating a world where everyone thrives.
Absolutely.
Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into CDCVI. But honestly, this is just the beginning, I hope this inspires everyone listening to learn more, to keep asking those questions. What can we learn from a place like CDCVI? How can we make the world a more inclusive, empowering place for everyone?
Such important questions.
Until next time.